Vampire stories have been haunting movie screens for more than a century, from the eerie shadows of Nosferatu to the gothic elegance of Dracula. For decades, these tales cast vampires as soulless predators, monsters who thrived on fear and bloodlust. Yet over time, filmmakers began to peel back the layers of horror, turning vampires into tragic, romantic, and even sympathetic figures. The modern audience no longer sees them only as beasts, but as beings burdened by immortality, desire, and loneliness. Among these evolving depictions, one franchise continues to dominate pop culture: Twilight. Even years after its final installment, Stephenie Meyer's Saga remains the most commercially successful vampire franchise ever, earning over $3.3 billion at the global box office. Now, with several films trending again on Hulu, the demand for another big-screen chapter feels stronger than ever. The case for a new Twilight movie. Twilight was more than a cultural moment. It was a worldwide obsession. The story of Bella Swan, the awkward teenager who falls in love with the enigmatic vampire Edward Cullen, captivated millions. Based on Meyer's best-selling novels, which sold over 160 million copies, the series gave audiences a brooding mix of supernatural fantasy, melodrama, and young love that defined a generation of fans. Critics may have mocked its melodramatic tone, but Twilight succeeded because it spoke to universal emotions: forbidden love, identity, and sacrifice. Its characters, from Edward's internal struggle with his nature to Bella's defiant humanity, gave the saga an emotional depth that kept viewers invested across 5 films. And with stars like Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson now acclaimed for their daring, art-house performances, the idea of revisiting the Twilight universe feels like the perfect blend of nostalgia and artistic renewal. Exploring new paths in the Twilight universe. The franchise's upcoming Midnight Sun animated series, told from Edward's perspective, is a welcome addition, but it shouldn't be the saga's only comeback. Twilight's lore is too expansive to be confined to animation alone. There are still unexplored corners of Meyer's universe that could thrive as live-action films. For instance, Life and Death. Twilight Reimagined offers a gender-swapped retelling of the original story, turning Bella into Beau and Edward into Edith. This twist could bring a refreshing lens to the franchise's themes of love and identity while introducing new actors and a new generation of fans. Alternatively, Meyer's novella The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner could make for a thrilling side story, a darker, grittier look at the vampire world through the eyes of a minor yet fascinating character from Eclipse. Much like The Hunt for Gollum in the Lord of the Rings universe, this spin-off could enrich the mythology while offering something distinct from the main saga. The future lies with Renesmee Cullen. The most promising direction, however, might be to continue the story of Renesmee Cullen, the half-human, half-vampire daughter of Bella and Edward. Introduced in Breaking Dawn, Renesmee's accelerated growth and uncertain destiny set the stage for a new generation of Twilight storytelling. Exploring her coming of age, as she balances her supernatural heritage with the desire for a normal life, could provide an emotionally rich and visually stunning new film. Bringing back Pattinson and Stewart in mentor or parental roles would not only please longtime fans, but also bridge the franchise's past and future. A sequel centered on Renesmee's teenage years, her moral conflicts, and her evolving powers could redefine Twilight for a modern audience: darker, more mature, and emotionally resonant. The sparkle still shines bright. 15 years after Twilight first hit theaters, its cultural footprint hasn't faded. It's only transformed. The saga continues to dominate streaming charts, social media trends, and fan discussions, proving its enduring impact. Whether through a live-action sequel, a spin-off based on Meyer's side stories, or an entirely new perspective on Renesmee's world, the potential for Twilight's cinematic return is undeniable. With billions in box office history and a loyal fanbase still eager for more, this vampire romance isn't dead. It's simply waiting for the night to rise again.